A few years ago, I saw a book called What School Could Be by Ted Dintersmith. And he had traveled to all 50 states and watched and observed what these schools were doing. What were the teachers doing that made them a difference between other schools? How were they outperforming others, and what were the reasons why? Well, it completely intrigued me, because if there was something else I could do as a principal to help our students at school create a school that is outperforming others and students that are achieving at high levels, I was interested. And do you know what I found? One of my biggest takeaways was these teachers were doing STEM activities, creative thinking, problem solving, helping them become creative and innovative. That's the world we live in, and those are the skills we need to teach our kids so that they can create a culture in our society with creative and innovative thoughts they are planning for jobs that don't even exist today. Think about that. We are teaching kids, training them for skills that they need for a job that might not even be created yet. So it got me excited, and I started helping teachers infuse more STEM activities into their lessons. I have several teachers who have taken a deep dive into this and brought a lot of activities, and the kids are always engaged. It is incredible how engaged these kids are when you put them in front of these activities that are hands-on, inquiry-based, that have them create and problem solve. They absolutely love it. Well, when Sahana Rajagopalan, a former North Star student, emailed me one day saying she and her high school friends started this S.P.A.R.K.S project to bring STEM activities to all kids for free, I was totally enthused, and their passion just was so exciting to me. Well, I took them to my PTA meeting, my faculty meeting, another school's PTA meeting to try to get the word out, and our teachers have invited them in remotely, not only in person for our in-person students, but also for our remote kids. And they have a platform online, and either a child could do the lessons on their own interactively, or these high school students are linking up with teachers to literally teach their students in real time. It is just incredible. So I hope you enjoy this interview and stay on to the end, because they have a special opportunity for your kids this summer. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the interview. Well, I am so excited to have two high schoolers here on our show today. I think you're going to love and enjoy what they have to share, because the teachers at my school and the teachers at our local elementary schools have been invited to participate in their activities. And I think you might find it, as a parent, helpful. If you're a teacher listening, you might find something you can learn today. So Sahana and Jane, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, that's so awesome. All right. So first, for our listeners, can you introduce yourselves? What schools do you go to? And tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get started.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sahana Rajagopalan. I'm a ninth grader at the Charter School of Wilmington. A little bit about myself. For elementary, I actually went to North Star, and I love to dance, and I'm so passionate about STEM, and I want to do more to spread it through the community. And it's just a worthy cause that I want to keep on fighting for.
That's awesome. And Jane, how about you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jane. I also am a freshman at the Charter School of Wilmington. A little bit about myself is that I went to Linden Hill, and I also very much like STEM. I love biology and physics, and I also very much like reading, and I also really like kids because I have a little sister, and they're just so fun, and they're bright minds, and they're always open to learning new things. And that's why I love the S.P.A.R.K.S project and what we're doing.
Thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who might not know, I'm Dr. Karen Jakubowski, the principal of North Star Elementary School. And about 2 summers ago, I read a book that I had learned of in a principal magazine, and it was called What Do Great Schools Do Differently? And I was like, okay, tell me, what's the difference? Maybe we are or we aren't doing it, and so we can find ways to grow. And at the outcome of this book, the author had traveled to 50 states in the country, observed schools, classes, learned vision statements from schools, looked at school data across the country in each state, and their biggest takeaway was, we should be providing more STEM activities in school to foster that creativity, to have kids to problem solve and think. It's all those 21st century skills. So when Sahana approached me about her S.P.A.R.K.S project that was STEM focused, totally had my ear. And then when she shared it with our teachers, they've actually invited her into the classroom and done activities with them. And you'll see it's a very digital based program, but there might be an opportunity for you as a parent or a teacher to take advantage of what their goal is for their organization. And I absolutely love working with them. And I'm hopeful that you're going to take away something really fun and exciting today. So go ahead, Sahana, let's get started.
Okay, so thank you so much again, Dr. J, for having us here today. And we hope that all of you listening learn a little more about the S.P.A.R.K.S project. So like I said before, hello everyone, my name is Sahana Rajgopalan, and I'm a freshman at Charter, and I'm the president of the project.
Hello everyone, I'm Jane Amin, and I'm also a freshman at Charter, and I'm on the educational committee of the S.P.A.R.K.S project. So what is S.P.A.R.K.S? S.P.A.R.K.S stands for Students Providing Awareness and Reach of Knowledge in STEM. And we're a group of students who are passionate about STEM, committed to providing easier access of STEM resources to underprivileged and undeserved communities across Delaware, and eventually to other states as well. And we believe that every student deserves the opportunity to immerse themselves into a knowledge that interests them without financial status or any limitations.
So, like what Jane said, how exactly do we meet our goal through providing through our mission? Well, we meet our goal through partnering with schools, hosting fundraisers, hosting out-of-school workshops, providing scholarships, hosting donation drives, and founding our service STEM Central. To go a little more in depth on each, when we partner with schools, we are catering to what the school needs as well as facilitating with their teachers and working with their administrators and principals. We have done this by working with Dr. J for the past year or so. We also hold fundraisers to raise funds for the STEM community around us. We've done one fundraiser so far virtually. We conducted a Halloween food science fair and we raised about $84. And in the past, we have done bake sales and they've been very successful. We also do out of school workshops, and this can often coincide with our fundraisers. When we did our Halloween science fundraiser, we also taught them more about food science in the kitchen. And we also, in the future, hope to provide scholarships for students. In the summer, we are working on a project to host the first ever STEM fair. And we're hoping that by raising money for that, we can give away STEM scholarships. And we also host donation drives. We've so far worked with the Boys and Girls Club of Delaware. And we've also worked to found our service, STEM Central, for parents and students to use that helps further student and school integration.
So we've had a lot of past lessons and events, including two today actually, with Miss Maygirl and Miss Carmichael. And these are just some pictures of classes we've done in the past. For reference, we've actually taught 266 students so far at North Star in many classrooms across grade levels.
So again, going into our statistics, 266 students have been reached through the S.P.A.R.K.S project. Just to put that number into perspective, we have only started teaching lessons probably in mid-October, and we've already gained a substantial reach. And we raised 1,225 funds for the STEM community. This has been accumulated through bake sales, GoFundMe's, and our first virtual Halloween fundraiser. And we've been in session and been working since June of 2020. And lastly, we have established organization and school partnerships across Delaware.
So school partnerships, what does that look like for the teachers? Sahana will tell you about it.
Basically, when we partner with schools, like I said before, we are catering to the needs of the staff and the administrators. However, most of our work deals with the teachers and their classes and their students. Here's how the involvement follows along. We teach lessons on a daily basis sometimes. Like Jane said, we did 2 lessons today. We teach lessons of any subject of STEM, science, technology, engineering, or math, and they cater to what the teacher needs. If the students are working on fractions, we whip up a fraction lesson that is interactive. Next, access to STEM Central. We have created a platform that allows students to work from home with school integration on STEM activities that are fun for them to learn with. And we can also provide enrichment resources for your students.
So classes that we have worked at North Star are Miss Scott, Miss Tiberi, Mrs. Spinelli, Mrs. Becker, Miss Magro, Miss Schweizer, Miss Carmichael, Miss Whitaker, and Miss Govern. And I was on around 4 or 5 of these lessons, and they were just so fun. And all the students were amazing and participated. And I really think they learned a lot.
And Jane, what were the grade range from these teachers? What grades are these?
These grades are from first grade all the way up until fourth grade.
Awesome.
Yeah, so far, maybe we can do kindergarten and fifth grade soon.
Yeah.
So moving on to STEM Central. STEM Central is a service that we provide that includes STEM-based lessons that are free for grades K through 5 for your child's specific interests. STEM Central allows your child to do interactive lessons at home, further their knowledge in subjects that they are interested in, and benefit those in an extended learning program during COVID-19. And STEM Central, might I mention, also allows for phenomenal school and student integration. So to walk you through what that may look like, if we go here to our S.P.A.R.K.S website, we can click over here on the STEM Central login page. So for sake over here, we can click North Star Elementary. We can type in the password. And this is what STEM Central looks like. It is configured to benefit the students' needs while allowing integration. If you see here, we have a teaching calendar of when we are doing lessons. So it's automatically integrated there. Specifically for North Star. We also include different lessons for different grades. And we are also working on providing interactiveness throughout our lessons instead of just being PDFs. So we have combined and worked really hard to make this weather lesson interactive for students. It's clicking and it just moves along, and it's really interactive because the students are guiding the lesson based on the options they choose. So it gives them a lot of choice, and we believe that will allow them to learn even better. And as you can see, we've created first grade lessons, second grade lesson, a third grade lesson, fourth grade lessons, and fifth grade lessons. So we have a lot of potential to keep on growing and furthering our database.
Finally, we have STEM Central in the future. Future elements will include greater personalization. So that means creating logins for individual students and teachers, badges, project progress reports, certificates for teachers to keep an eye on their students and maybe recommend lessons that will further their interests. And even parents, they can look at what their kids are doing and help them find more of what they're interested in. Finally, we have resources during asynchronous lessons as well as during the extended learning program, because during COVID-19, in-person learning seems a little far off. And so lessons at home are going to be convenient and accessible for anyone who needs them. And finally, creating 100% interaction for all of our lessons by the end of March, which is coming up soon. So yeah. Then we have the STEM Central competitive analysis. And basically, what this shows is that STEM Central has qualities such as interactive elements, student school integration, and encompassing all the areas of STEM that other STEM focused platforms don't have, such as Khan Academy, STEM Works, and STEM Collaborative. STEM Central has all of these qualities, which makes it differing from the rest.
I'm really glad you brought that up because, yes, we are so familiar with Khan Academy. I know a lot of teachers who use it, and I think that is a great comparison. Thanks for showing us that.
So just as a little conclusion, we firmly believe that STEM Central and all of our resources that we provide can be an asset to schools and students during the COVID-19 pandemic and even after, due to all of the reasons we have listed in this presentation. STEM Central and all of our other resources, such as our lessons, our teachers, our members, they can help combat what students find difficult about hybrid and virtual learning and really help a topic in STEM resonate with them. Our philosophy at the S.P.A.R.K.S project is that the students guide what we're going to do. Whatever they want to do in our lesson, we provide, and it is very most student driven.
Thank you so much for your time. To contact S.P.A.R.K.S, our email is oursparksproject@gmail.com, and our website is called the S.P.A.R.K.S.project.org.
Thank you so much. All right. So in the description notes, I'll add these two links so people can find you. Because if someone's listening or watching and they're not sure what they do first, what would you say is one of the first things they could do?
Well, the first thing they could do is visit the website, see what we're about, and check out the lessons and see if we offers lessons at North Star, or if you're at Cook, and eventually more schools as we expand. That's the first thing, and then contact your teachers, see if they can set up a lesson for us to come teach, because we're open to anything.
That is so awesome. So what if a parent's watching or listening? Is there something that they can access for their child at home this week?
Most definitely. So, as you can see, parents and families can use STEM Central. It's up and running. If they want to make a specific request for us to open something up, because right now, yes, it is school based. However, we can change that in a second. If we get an email from them or an inquiry that's like, hey, I'd really like for my child to use this, I've heard so much about it, then we can just fix it in a second. It's just a privacy setting. So, we do have resources that are open for them to use.
This is awesome. And this might even be good for parents to use over the summer, right?
For sure, yeah. This can be a little supplement to maybe not let your kids completely off the hook during the summer, and just offer little tidbits of academicness in the summer so they don't forget everything.
Yeah, I think this is so great because a lot of times parents ask, like, what could I have my child work on and where can I direct them? And I think this is an awesome additional resource because when you showed us the website and there's a login, is that something that you would give us after we contact you to kind of get into the inside or?
The login is after contact. So the way that we have set this up is to be very like school and student integrated. So it's almost like if a student has been taught by the Sparks project, they can use that for like further resources. But definitely, if a parent would be interested, we'd be more than happy to give them the additional login, and maybe even in the future, just create something for students generally to use that aren't coming in from a school setting.
Awesome. That is really cool. And to finish us out, can you tell us again what prompted this project? What is your passion? Why are you into this work? And why do you want to share it with others?
For me, um, I love STEM, I love kids, and putting these together and helping share my love of STEM and discovery, and just explaining the world around us and the things we don't understand but could understand. And this field of innovation is just amazing. And shaping young minds is also one of the reasons STEM, and the Sparks project is just uh, such such a wonderful thing. And that's why I love the Sparks project.
So awesome.
So for me, what prompted this idea is basically the fact that, you know, I personally have such a big passion for STEM, and the fact that, around my community that not every school has the ability to further their STEM knowledge or doesn't have the resources like some other schools that are lucky to have that. And just the fact that, I've never I've never seen this before where, a group of kids comes together to teach, and I just think it's such an innovative idea and it can help so many young minds. And I think honestly, it's just a lot of fun for me to teach kids. And I just love that. And STEM's a passion of mine. And so are teaching kids. So I think it just kind of, like Jane said, blends it together. And just working with this amazing team that has this one collective goal in mind just makes it so much better. And we all hope that we can make a bigger impact at the end of the day because we're more than capable of it. And we would love everyone's support. And we're just grateful to where we have gotten, and we'd love to see this continue in the future and be successful.
Well, you have my 110 complete support. And I just want to give a shout out to EdTV, who is letting us air this video for the community so others out there can learn more about it. And I know these girls are interested and anxious. So if you know a teacher or you know someone who would benefit from this, please share this organization with them so that we can connect to more kids and give them this amazing opportunity. All right. So before we go, girls, I want to leave our listeners and those watching with one thing that is something random that I totally came up with. What do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a very complicated question because there are just so many paths and so many opportunities out there and so many ways to make a difference and do what I love because I love a lot of things. Like, I love reading and I love biology and I like physics. And so, all these things, there's a lot to consider. So, I'm not completely sure yet.
That's okay too. What about you, Sahana?
Right now, for me, I'm very passionate about medicine and going into the medical field.
Okay.
Like I said before, I love working with kids. I love being around people. Like I'm a social butterfly, so I'm kind of leaning towards the pediatric surgeon or pediatric um, just specialist speciality right now. Definitely, I'd like to. Um, just I don't know, just save a life and work in a hospital for now, but we'll see how that pans out in the future.
Oh, I just love that. Well, that's awesome. Well, I wish you both the best. And I will put all of this information in the description notes, like I said. And thank you so much for taking your time and giving of your time outside your school and your responsibilities and things you do every day to reach out to make a difference, even if it's for one kid at a time. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much, girls.
Thank you.